Hello, everyone. Dr. Victoria Skirbo here, speaking to you from the Seeds of Transformation Healing Center in Wareham, Massachusetts. And I want to look at November, a reading for November, and just a general reading for November. This can be for all of us with the energies of November that we have. November is a very interesting and active month, as all 2020 has been interesting and active months. Um, we have we have Mercury stationing direct. It actually happened yesterday in the middle of election day here in the U.S. We have another um, Pluto Jupiter conjunction. We have an eclipse at the end of the month, and then another eclipse in December. So we're in eclipse season now. We're moving into eclipse season, which is always a time of great change. So let's see what November holds for us. I'm using Wildwood, my Wildwood tarot deck. The artwork in this is beautiful. I was just speaking to a student yesterday, and she was saying how she loves it. The art is so beautiful. She's an artist, but she's not wrong. She's definitely right on that. So let's see what the Wildwood has to say. And I kind of feel like we're a little bit in the Wild West here, so why not use the Wildwood? All right. Let me just wait to see. Until this feels like it's enough. Enough. So as I sit here on the 4th of November, we still do not know who the president is. We still don't have all the votes in, but we kind of knew that because of all the early voting, which is thought to favor Biden. And so, of course, Trump wants to stop that, and Biden wants all the votes counted. So we'll see. We'll see. All right, let's get started. November. We have, this is called the Pole Star. This is the star card. And we have a man or a person. Actually, I can't know if it's a man. You can't really tell. Walking through what seems like a dark tunnel of trees, and above him is a guiding light. We have the moon. Looks like the moon here. Oh no, it's a star. So this is about holding on to your hope and your inspiration, your guiding light, as you walk through a period of darkness. A period of darkness. Let's see what's crossing that. We have the nine of arrows here. Arrows are air, so this is the nine of swords, and th- the challenge here is to manage our anxiety. This is called dedication. This card is called dedication, and I hope you can. I'm just gonna bring it, and hopefully you can see it. Oh, I don't think you can yet. Let's just. Here we go. You have to reach a certain point. So this is the card. It's called dedication. You can see she's a lot of arrows have been slung, and yet she holds an arrow ready to shoot. So far, none of the arrows have hit her, so that's good. But she's ready to, if she must, do her arrow thing. So there is this sense of walking through a dark tunnel, and the challenge is not to get caught up in your own anxiety and to be dedicated to walking through this dark period. Dedicate yourself to putting one foot in front of the other. Let's see what's at the root. We have the seven of vessels here. This is called mourning, and I will get this so you can see it. There it is. So this is about mourning what has been lost. Um, there's a lot of grief that is being expressed at this time. A lot of grief. A lot of people are suffering. I mean, even where there are no presidential elections, a lot of people are suffering. So this is the past. We have the archer. The archer in this deck is the chariot. There we go. And so in the past, we have decided on our direction. We focus, we've pulled the arrow back. We have yet to release the arrow. The arrow has yet to be released. What's in the sky? Ah, the Queen of Arrows. This is the Queen of Swords. Now let's just let's look till I can get this focused. I'm sorry about this camera work, guys. I really do try, but I don't always succeed. So here we have a swan. Um, the interesting thing about a swan is that when you watch it, um, maybe more than any other bird that I've seen, like waterfowl bird, there's this grace, right? There's this like almost feeling of doesn't take any effort at all. They just sort of glide across the water. But in the meantime, underneath, their feet are like going, right? So there's this energy of sort of smooth gliding energy, but a lot of stuff working under the water. The Queen of Swords, which is this card here, is about discernment, good judgment. It's about legal matters. Um, the Queen's is the sustainer of the element that she holds, and the Queen of Air will hold the energy of uh, judgment, um, balance. So while we struggle, I would say the wheels of justice are turning. The wheels of justice are turning, and we can't really see just how hard they're working. We just see what we see on the surface of things, but underneath, things are happening. There are things happening. Let's see in the immediate future. Okay, we have 21. This is the world. It's called the World Tree. I actually love this card. It's one of my favorites. Oh, there we go. We can see that there are the 4 seasons on this tree. And so this speaks of times of endings and new beginnings, times of endings and new beginnings. Now, this is a reading for the month. And so this is really this energy of, and this is an energy of Saturn. In the Tree of Life, in the Kabbalah, this path connects Yesod, which is the moon, to the earth, which is Malkuth, foundation to kingdom. And it's the birth canal. And so we are giving birth to ourselves. We're giving, and in fact, perhaps um, long dark tunnel that this guy is walking through is really the birth canal. So we are being reborn to something. Does it feel that way? Let's see how it's seen from the outside. Yeah, we have the 8 of Arrows. So walking through desolation. Um, this woman is it's cold, the wind is blowing. She has her light, her her um her clothes are tattered, her face is in pain here. Oh, hold on, let's see if you can I gotta get a better camera. I'm sorry, guys. I'm gonna see about that now that I have a little. Now that you guys are being so generous to me, I think maybe I can upgrade some of my technology here. Anyway, she doesn't look happy. I wish you could see her face. She doesn't look happy. And yet she has made it through most of the way, and none of the arrows have actually hit her. And she does have her light still shining. And so there is this real sense of it's darkest before dawn. It's darkest before dawn. And that's what I feel with these cards. Let's see the domestic situation. We have the 10 of bows. This is the 10 of wands. Um, and so this is trying to make it up to the top, but we're burdened. So we feel very burdened. Wands are generally our ideas, our beliefs. It's and in order to make it up to the top, I think that it's letting us know that we have to unburden ourselves. We have to keep, we have to let go of the burdens that we hold, and it'll be easier to go to the top because it's a long climb. And perhaps it's time to let go of some things. Hopes and fears. We have the 8 of stones. This is called skill. Um, I've been saying that one of the things that we need to do, no matter what happens in the outer world, is to figure out what it is that we are good at in our own lives. How do we want to work? How do we want to spend our time? What do we want our time to be filled with? And the 8 of stones requires us to create to have a skill to master something. But it's a mastering through the process of trial and error. So um, I think our hope is that we can make it through this period, right? We can make it through this period, and while we do that, we hone our skills. Let's see the outcome. Okay, so we have what's called the hooded man here. This is the hermit card in this deck, and let me see if I can bring it closer because it really is a spectacular card. Here we go. It's called the hooded man. So we see this man. He has holly all over his. I don't know if you can see that. He's got little holly berries, decorations on his cloak. He has his light, his lamp, and he's talking to a little wren. There's a little house wren there, and the house wrens are they're little and they're loud and they're mighty. Wrens are mighty, and they do have, no matter how little they are, they have their voice heard. They have their voice heard, and this speaks of the wisdom of listening to the smallest, right? Um, it's interesting that the domestic situation is this card, and then the outcome is this card. It's as if the person has made it to the top of the mountain. The 9 is an energy of love, unconditional love, forgiveness, understanding, and shining your light. So, what these cards say to me, and this could very well even be a personal message for me. And so, if you indulge me, um, the time of birth, we're in the process of being reborn. And in order to be reborn, you have to move through the dark tunnel. And that's where we're at. And our challenge is not to lose our hope, not to lose our vision. We have decided where we want to go. We want to the arrow is poised in the bow. It is aimed. Um, we have to realize that there are things that we cannot see that are happening, and not to lose faith. But ultimately, with the hermit as the outcome, we have to shine our light, guys. It is dark. It is very dark. And before we can release our arrows, we have to shine our light. So, whatever it is that you can do in November to shine your light, do it. It doesn't matter who wins, it doesn't matter who loses. None of that matters, because what matters is what you do. And if each one of us focus on what we can do to shine our light into the darkness, then it dispels the darkness and the truth comes out. And the truth comes out. So there is still some truth that needs to come out. And the only way it's going to come out is if you shine your light. So last night, before I went to bed, I said to my husband, Michael, is it really? I believe that light dispels the darkness. I believe that love conquers all. I do. I try to live my life that way. And for the most part, I do okay. I do okay. But I feel like I've taken a lot of you on a journey with me. And although we don't know what happened in the election for the US, um, I I always try to shine the hope, the light of hope. And I said to Michael, I'm sorry. I said to him, I feel like I'm letting people down because I was just so positive. Now, of course, nothing has been determined yet, right? So we don't know yet. But this is where I was at last night. And my husband just laughed and he said, what are you talking about? I love my husband. I mean, he's an Aries. He just, he's right there. And he said they watch you because they love you and they love who you are. So being right or wrong is less of an issue, it seems, than just being who you are. And it's something that I've had to grow into while I've been doing this channel. And so love yourself for who you are. And the light will shine. So underneath it all, we have the King of Bows. This is the King of Fire. And we have this snake ball here. And then we have, people, somebody rising up out of it. And so this says to me that things are not quite untangled yet. Things are not quite untangled yet. So have patience with that. And do what you can do in your own life to shine your own light. Your dreams are not for naught, but you only have so much power in these sort of larger scale things. And it's very easy when you've done everything you can and then it doesn't work out the way you think to feel powerless. You are not powerless. You are full of power. You are full of the light of love, and you are full of the light of God, Goddess, all that is. So shine your light, dispel the darkness. My husband just walked in and said, thank you. Okay. And you too can drink of the silver cup of delicious hazelnut coffee.
Where am I going now? I will deliver. Somewhere warm.
My husband said, "Does somebody want a cup of coffee? Preferably someplace warm, because it's pretty chilly here." All right, guys. Thank you so much. Thank you. Lots of love from my home and my heart to you. Um, all right. Take it easy. I'll see what else comes up. I may have to give up political readings completely because they're just I'm not that good at them, I don't think. We'll see. We'll see. All right, guys, love you. Big love. Take care.